Ashley Judd. One moment a beloved heroine in blockbuster films, the next a whistleblower in a scandal that shook Hollywood to its core. She is not merely navigating the twists of her cinematic roles, she is crafting a narrative where the lines between right and wrong, private and public, blur as much as the tabloid headlines. What is at stake? Everything she has built, and the overarching story of her life's most challenging roles. The unconventional journey of Ashley Judd began in the spotlight, born in 1968 into the renowned Judd family, where the stage was a second home in country music. Her mother, Naomi, and sister, Winona, formed the legendary duo, the Judds. By the time Ashley was old enough to grasp the significance of the Judd name, it was already synonymous with fame. However, her path diverged dramatically from country music to the silver screen in the early 1990s. Ashley made her mark in Hollywood with a modest debut in the 1992 film Cuffs, but it was her role as Ruby Lee Gissing in Ruby in Paradise that garnered critical acclaim. This marked Ashley's emergence from her family's shadow, earning her the Independent Spirit Award for Best Lead Female. As she built her identity as an actress, whispers of Hollywood began to circulate, speculating on the pressures of growing up in a famous family and how it shaped her. The media scrutinized everything from family dynamics to the impact of fame on her personal development. These narratives, true or not, became part of the public's fascination with Ashley Judd. As she took on diverse roles, such as a stranded astronaut in Natural Born Killers and a police officer's wife in Heat, her versatility shone through. She was not just the daughter of a country music icon, she was a formidable talent in her own right. Yet, with each role, the scrutiny and expectations grew. The early years of Ashley Judd's career were a delicate balance of stepping into the limelight while trying to step out of her family's shadow. The media often portrayed her as a young woman wrestling with her identity, both enchanted and burdened by her lineage. In Hollywood, where personal stories often fuel fame, Ashley's background remained a captivating narrative. In the late 90s and early 2000s, Ashley Judd's career was in full swing with hits like Double Jeopardy in 1999 and Where the Heart Is in 2000. She was a rising star, yet behind the scenes, she faced challenges that went beyond the scripts of her films. It was during this time that Judd encountered the darker side of Hollywood, a side that would later lead her to become a pioneering voice in the fight against harassment in the entertainment industry. Her courage became evident when she became one of the first women to speak out against Harvey Weinstein. Her 2017 revelations to the New York Times detailed an encounter from 2 decades prior where she experienced harassment from the mogul. This admission was a pivotal moment in the Me Too movement, sparking a wave of solidarity and confessions from women across the industry. The impact of her disclosure was profound. It not only shed light on the pervasive issue of sexual misconduct in Hollywood, but also highlighted the systemic barriers that had silenced so many. Judd's account was met with both support and skepticism, but her unwavering stance opened a crucial dialogue about power dynamics and the need for change within the industry. Her allegations against Weinstein were not without consequence. She faced personal and professional backlash, as is often the case for those who dared to speak against powerful figures. Her career suffered, with potential roles vanishing, and her integrity questioned, yet she stood firm, committed to advocating for a safer, more equitable workplace for all. The controversy surrounding Judd's confrontation with Weinstein was not merely about one woman's experience. It represented a cultural watershed moment. Judd's name became synonymous with resilience and advocacy, and her actions paved the way for significant changes in how Hollywood addresses harassment and supports survivors. As her story unfolded, the public witnessed the transformation of Ashley Judd from a celebrated actress to a symbol of justice and a champion for women's rights. Her role in reshaping Hollywood's approach to harassment will be remembered as one of her most significant contributions far beyond her on-screen legacy. Ashley Judd's experiences with the casting couch, a term synonymous with the expectation of sexual favors in exchange for career advancement, became a cornerstone of her narrative when she joined the chorus of voices exposing this dark Hollywood reality. Her allegations against Harvey Weinstein were not isolated incidents. They were indicative of a systemic issue that had plagued the entertainment industry for years. Throughout the 90s, Judd's roles in films such as Kiss the Girls and Eye of the Beholder solidified her status as a talented and versatile actress. However, the industry's covert practices meant that she, like many others, navigated a gauntlet where professional opportunities were often entwined with unsolicited advances and expectations. The public's response to Judd's revelations was a mix of shock and recognition. Her admission pulled back the curtain on an open secret within Hollywood and shone a spotlight on the individuals who perpetuated these abuses of power. The conversation around the casting couch changed from whispered anecdotes to a loud public outcry for reform. Judd's decision to speak out led to tangible change, including the institution of new policies and the founding of organizations dedicated to preventing harassment and ensuring accountability. Her role in these changes cannot be understated. By using her voice, she helped alter the landscape of Hollywood, making it a more transparent and just environment for actors. It wasn't just about the roles she lost or the personal cost of speaking out. Judd's narrative transcended her filmography as she became an emblem of courage and a beacon of hope for a more ethical industry. The actress, once known for her roles in thrillers and dramas, was now a leading figure in a real-life movement against one of Hollywood's most insidious practices. As we delve further into the life of Ashley Judd, it becomes evident that her impact reaches beyond the screen. Her next steps would take her into the realm of political and social activism, where she faced new challenges and controversies. Ashley Judd's activism extended well beyond Hollywood soundstages and onto the global stage. She has been a staunch advocate for various causes, including feminism, environmentalism, and public health. However, her foray into activism has not been without its share of controversy and backlash. Judd's involvement in political and social causes became more pronounced in the 2000s as she used her platform to speak on issues close to her heart. Her participation in the Women's March on Washington in 2017 was a particularly notable moment. There, she delivered a fiery performance of Nasty Woman, a poem that criticized the political climate and gender inequality. This speech drew both praise and criticism, spotlighting her as a polarizing figure in the activist community. Her advocacy work has often intersected with her personal life. Judd has been open about her struggles with mental health, discussing her depression and the importance of destigmatizing mental health care. While her candidness has inspired many, it has also made her the subject of scrutiny and criticism from those who disagree with her views or question her motives. Judd has also been a vocal environmentalist, a passion that has led her to take a stand against practices like mountaintop removal mining. She has faced opposition from industry advocates and politicians who have challenged her positions, often leading to heated debates and public disputes. Despite the contention, Judd has remained steadfast in her convictions, which has sometimes come at a professional cost. Roles that might have been available to her were lost, and her outspoken nature led some in Hollywood to label her as controversial. Yet these challenges did not deter her. Instead, they fueled her commitment to her causes. Ashley Judd's transition from actress to activist is a testament to her multifaceted nature. Her journey through the labyrinth of public opinion has been marked by victories and setbacks, but throughout, her determination to stand up for her beliefs has remained constant. The dynamics within the Judd family have often been as newsworthy as Ashley Judd's career and activism. With a family tree deeply rooted in the entertainment industry, the Judd family's personal lives frequently became a subject of public interest. As Ashley stepped into the limelight with her acting, her relationship with her mother, Naomi, and sister, Winona, who is also a well-known country music singer, has drawn fascination and speculation. Tabloids and media outlets have occasionally reported on supposed feuds within the Judd family, particularly between the sisters and their mother. The family has addressed these rumors at various times, acknowledging that, like any family, they have had their differences and periods of estrangement. However, they have also shown a united front in the face of adversity, especially during Naomi's health struggles. Ashley's role in the family dynamic has been complex. She has sometimes appeared as the outlier, stepping away from the family's musical legacy to carve out her own path. This divergence has been a source of interest, and, at times, portrayed as a source of tension. Yet, Ashley has also been an ardent supporter of her family, demonstrating the multifaceted nature of familial bonds in the public eye. Battling for health, Ashley Judd's personal struggles have profoundly influenced her public image. Her willingness to share her experiences has not only made her relatable, but has also highlighted the often overlooked health challenges many individuals face. Judd's advocacy for health issues is deeply personal, stemming from her own battles with depression. She has openly discussed her journey in interviews and her memoir, revealing that in 2006, she entered a Texas treatment facility for a 47-day program to address her depression and feelings of isolation. This courageous decision was publicized to help combat the stigma surrounding mental health, offering comfort to those who suffer in silence, and providing them with a figure who truly understands their struggles. In addition to her mental health challenges, Judd faced significant physical trials in early 2021 when she suffered a severe accident in the Congo while engaged in humanitarian work. She shattered her leg in 4 places, leading to a grueling 55-hour rescue operation. Her recovery process was shared on social media, showcasing her resilience and determination. This incident also drew attention to the lack of medical facilities in remote areas, emphasizing global health disparities. Judd's health advocacy extends beyond her personal experiences. She has served as a global ambassador for youth AIDS and collaborated with organizations like Population Services International. Her focus includes malaria prevention, reproductive health, and poverty alleviation. Judd's activism is not merely vocal, it is actionable, placing her at the forefront of global health issues. The intersection of her personal health challenges and her advocacy reflects her commitment to improving the lives of others. Through her openness, she has fostered a broader conversation about health and well-being, advocating for better support systems and emphasizing the need for compassionate care. Rumors of family feuds have long surrounded the Judd family, despite their fame and successes. The relationships between Ashley Judd, her mother Naomi, and her sister Wainana have often been the focus of speculation, touching on themes of jealousy, competition, and the pressures of fame. Ashley has openly discussed the complexities of her family dynamics, particularly in her 2011 memoir, All That Is Bitter and Sweet. In this book, she shared her experiences growing up with a mother dedicated to a country music career, which led to feelings of abandonment and neglect. These revelations offered a glimpse into a family navigating the difficult path of reconciliation and understanding. However, the persistent rumors of discord have sometimes overshadowed their efforts to connect and heal. The media often emphasizes conflict, overlooking the more nuanced reality of a family working through their issues. Ashley's estrangement from her family at various times has been closely scrutinized, with public appearances analyzed for signs of strife. Despite this, the Judds have occasionally presented a united front, highlighting their love and support for one another amid their differences. They have faced significant challenges together, including Naomi's battle with severe depression and Wainana's personal and professional struggles. The narrative of a family feud within the Judd clan serves as a reminder of the gap between media speculation and the complex realities of family life, especially under the public eye. It also highlights the strength and resilience needed to address personal issues while being watched by a public eager for sensational news. Ashley Judd's public persona has been shaped not only by her roles in film and activism, but also by legal battles that brought her into the courtroom. One of the most publicized of these was her lawsuit against Harvey Weinstein in 2018. Judd sued Weinstein for defamation, sexual harassment, and violating California's unfair competition law, claiming he damaged her career by making false statements about her professionalism after she rejected his sexual advances. Judd's legal action against Weinstein was significant, as it highlighted the often overlooked economic impact of sexual harassment. Her case emphasized that the consequences of such behavior go beyond personal violation and can have a tangible effect on a woman's career trajectory and earnings. Although parts of her lawsuit were dismissed, the case allowed defamation claims to proceed, underscoring the importance of reputation and respect in the industry. Aside from her high-profile case against Weinstein, Judd has also been involved in other legal matters. In 2013, she considered a lawsuit against online trolls for harassment and threats over her political comments on Twitter. This move was a stand against the increasing problem of cyberbullying and highlighted her willingness to use legal channels to combat abuse and harassment not only in Hollywood, but also in the digital world. Judd's legal controversies have often been framed within the broader context of her advocacy for women's rights and fair treatment. Her willingness to pursue justice through the courts reflects her commitment to holding individuals and institutions accountable. It is also indicative of the challenges women face when they confront powerful figures and systems. A recurring theme in Judd's personal narrative, through her legal challenges, she has helped to push the conversation about women's rights and workplace harassment into the mainstream, contributing to a shift in how these issues are perceived and addressed. In the digital age, social media serves as a platform for celebrities to connect with fans, but also subjects them to intense scrutiny. Ashley Judd has experienced the full spectrum of this phenomenon. Her social media presence has been a conduit for advocacy and sharing personal narratives, yet it has also exposed her to criticism and invasive speculation. Judd's outspoken political views and advocacy for women's rights have often been met with support from like-minded followers. However, they have also attracted negative attention and even vitriol from detractors. She has received both praise for her courage to speak out on controversial issues and condemnation from those who disagree with her positions. One notable incident of social media backlash occurred in 2015, when Judd posted tweets about a University of Kentucky basketball game that resulted in a torrent of online abuse. Her response was to take a stand against cyberbullying, highlighting the issue of online harassment, especially towards women. Judd's experience brought attention to the often toxic discourse on social media platforms and the real-world impact of such interactions. The scrutiny on social media extends beyond Judd's activism. Her posts about her accident in the Congo, her family, and her personal life are dissected by the public and media alike. Each post becomes a statement, each silence a mystery, contributing to a narrative that she both controls and endures. Judd's use of social media underscores the complexities of a public life lived online, where every action can be amplified, interpreted, or misinterpreted by an audience of millions. This heightened visibility has made her a target for criticism, but has also provided a powerful platform to amplify the causes she champions. Ashley Judd's commitment to environmental and humanitarian causes has been a defining aspect of her off-screen legacy. Her work in these areas has been both extensive and impactful, reflecting a deep commitment to social justice and ecological preservation. Judd's environmental activism has seen her take a firm stance against deforestation and unethical mining practices. She has been particularly vocal about the devastating practice of mountaintop removal mining in Appalachia, which has not only destroyed landscapes, but also adversely affected the health and economies of local communities. Her advocacy for cleaner energy alternatives and sustainable practices demonstrates her dedication to environmental issues. On the humanitarian front, Judd's work has been far-reaching. She has traveled to global hotspots with organizations like Population Services International, focusing on health initiatives, including malaria prevention, family planning, and HIV education. Her efforts to bring attention to the issue of human trafficking have been notable, using her platform to speak out against this global crime and support survivors. Controversy has sometimes followed Judd's activism, with critics scrutinizing her for being another celebrity using their status to speak on complex issues, without the perceived necessary expertise, or for potentially overshadowing the voices of those directly affected by the causes she champions. Yet her dedication to these causes and her willingness to learn and speak out have earned her respect within the activist